Welcome to Cozy Nights, a nice quiet place where you can leave your troubles at the door and just relax. I'm your host, Noe, here with my friend Michael. So please sit back, get comfortable, and let's see if we can't make you laugh a little, maybe learn a little. All right, guys, we start Cozy Nights with a little bit of news, so let's get into it. So I read this today, but it came out on Thursday on Gizmodo.
Mhm.
You ever heard of that?
Yes.
Gizmodo? By James Whitbrook. So they were talking about basically that in about 10 years, 10, 11, 12 years, the DC Trinity is going to go into public domain. So you got Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman going into public domain, respectively 2034, 2035, and 2037. So Superman, then Batman, then Wonder Woman.
Mhm.
Now, unfortunately for Warner Brothers, they can't stop these characters from entering the public domain. If Disney couldn't stop Mickey Mouse, the original Steamboat Willie Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. Have you seen some of the stuff that's been coming out?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
If they couldn't stop it, Disney being Disney, there's no way Warner Bros. Going to stop it either. Now, the thing is, it's not exactly the Batman people think is going to be.
No.
It is the very first iteration of Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. Like, we're not talking about a galaxy-flying Superman.
No.
We're talking about leaps in a single bound.
Mm-hmm.
So, even with that limitation, people are going to hop on this immediately,
Mhm.
and they're going to make all sorts of content. And DC's going to have to make sure to protect its trademarks and stuff because, like, they own the Batman symbol.
Mhm.
Like it's copyrighted.
Yeah.
Or not, it's trademarked.
Trademark, yes.
The S for Superman, trademarked.
Trademarked.
Man of Steel, the Cape Crusader.
All the nicknames.
Yeah, so like there's the supporting cast like Robin, Alfred.
You are not going to get any of those.
Yeah, you're not gonna get the Rogues Gallery.
What was the original Alfred wasn't even named Alfred.
No.
No.
And didn't Batman use a gun in the first episode?
Yeah.
Almost took someone's guy's head off.
Yeah.
So you
You don't get the Joker. You don't get.
You do actually.
Oh really?
You get him 2036, a year later. So you get the Joker. You get that Joker.
That Joker. Though.
Not the Joker.
Not the Joker.
You get
Joker.
one of his many three faces.
Yeah.
So reading the article, this guy was quoted in Variety saying that people are going to hop on this quick because there's a lot of money in these characters. Like
Yes.
even if they're not the stream iterations we know now.
Mhm.
I mean, there's going to be like thousands of Batman and Superman comic books everywhere. Wonder Woman,
Yeah.
all the porn. I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's going to get.
I mean, not that there's not now.
True. Like they if it's a parody, then it's already classified as fair use.
But I mean, there you go. That's it done.
Yeah, that's gonna be something.
I mean, like if you started writing Batman stories right now with the original iteration, you could be ready in like 10 years and you just publish them all.
But remember, you also don't get the Batmobile. You don't get the Batmobile originally was just a car.
Well, I guess because it gives writers a chance to really expand on how they see Batman.
Right.
Like if I had the rights to Batman, right?
But I will say, people need to be very, very careful about this because DC has also done Elseworlds. And those are trademarked as well and copyrighted.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They've already done variations of every one of these characters, so you have to really pay attention to what you create. Disney never did. Like with Mickey Mouse, there wasn't really any other alternate versions besides like the magician Mickey Mouse and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or King Mickey Mouse from
Right.
freaking what's that? Kingdom Hearts.
Right. But there was never any crazy like alteration or alternate versions of Mickey, aside from wearing different clothes or something, like things that you would expect anyway. But with DC, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman, there's already been Red Sun. There's already been the Caveman Batman. There's already been there's been so many things that people have done with Batman already. There's been the Victorian Batman.
You can't even do like the
Dracula Batman.
You can't do brooding Batman, like
No.
the typical personality.
No.
You have to do whatever was in the original story. You have to base him on. If it was me, it'd be a comedian Batman,
Right.
like kind of like a Peter Parker Spider-Man,
Uh-huh.
wisecracking, or I don't know, like what would you do with your own Batman?
With my own Batman, it'd even be hard to do Supernatural because he's been associated with that too a lot.
Supernatural?
Like you got the whole Zatanna cast in the Dark Justice League. So you can't even really take it into that direction either.
I mean, it's not like, I don't think like it's that like hard lined. Like you can just add like werewolves and vampires yourself. Like they don't own
Basic. You can do basics.
right, but
But you can like the Batman Dracula thing has already been copyrighted.
I could do Batman and
You would have to,
Dracula.
you would have to change the Batman thing so much that he wouldn't even be Batman at that point messing with Dracula. You can use Dracula, obviously,
Mm.
but you can't do it in the same way as Batman's already interacted with Dracula. That would make it, because they've already got that trade copyrighted. I mean,
Hmm.
because they've got the whole series.
I'd always find a way. Writers always find a way.
Don't get me wrong. There are, I'm sure, ways to do it, and there's a lot of things. I'm just saying, if you're going to go out and use it, make sure you're doing something that DC hasn't already done. Because if you do basically a 1-for-1 of what they've already wrote, they're going to automatically come after you for it.
They can't touch the
Now,
business.
Blood and Honey. Disney was never going to do Blood and Honey.
No. You know, if it was my Batman, I would set it in the same time, 1930s, maybe 1920s, and it would be a sort of retro futuristic version.
Right.
Where like I love Art Deco architecture and stuff, so it would be like an Art Deco futuristic set, and it would be a more like lighthearted Batman.
Mhm.
I guess Bruce Wayne. I don't know. Is it Bruce Wayne in the comic book? Might not even his name. Might not even have an actual alter ego.
I don't know if he did or not. Like I said, I know the Butler was a completely different name, so you can't use Alfred
That's fine.
because the Alfred didn't exist. It was another. It was like not Sebastian.
Sebastian. That's the Wayne. It's Sebastian here.
It was like one of those stereotypical Butler names, though. Like it was just basic.
I know. Like I would want him to be. Like I know. Like his normal state is like supposed to be like superhuman
Mhm.
or like peak human.
Peak human, yeah.
But like, I just don't buy it as a normal human being. Like, you can't fight crime nonstop all night without getting tired
Right.
and didn't take a shit and stuff. So I'd probably do a thing where he tries to do that for a couple of months, and he is just dog exhausted, and then he fights a villain who is just like superhuman-esque. Not like, I don't like doing like superhuman like
Right.
the Marvel movie level. I like to do like within the realm of possibility.
Right.
So let's say he picks him up, like Batman weighs like 220 pounds, and he just throws him through a 3-story window, and Batman just crumbles into the ground outside on his car. So he's like, well, that was weird, because like he's already physically fit, like top notch as it is, but he's still.
So are you thinking John Wick level endurance?
No, what I'm thinking is, he starts investigating why this guy was so strong. Beyond like a normal, he like that was not normal, is what he was saying. Like
Right.
he's peak human, and he didn't put a dent in this guy, and it wouldn't be Bane because he can't be Bane. So he would lead to like a mad scientist that got hired to make genetically enhanced humans, and basically Batman would make the decision that, well, if I want to fight crime, I have to also be physically able to do it forever. So he takes his little chemicals, and now he becomes, and then the villain ends up dying. The mad scientist dies, and the formula's gone. Batman doesn't know how to make a formula. He's not a scientist in my iteration. So now he's that peak human. Like he's like just a little bit above enhanced.
Mhm.
And there you go. Now he can do all the physical things he can do in the mainstream, but he's basically like Captain America,
Right.
my own version.
Right.
That's what I would do anyway.
Yeah.
And then I would just start introducing my weird takes on villains. The puzzler.
Now, see, you could always the puzzle.
They'd be so mad. Like, that's the Riddler. No, it's not. It's the puzzler.
Yeah,
He throws Rubik's Cube grenades at people.
he throws one of those 1,000-piece puzzles at you.
And Batman's like, oh, shit. Batman's got OCD. Like, no. Oh, no.
That'd be funny. Where he's got some kind of thing where he has to put it together.
Yeah. And if it was my Batman, I can tell you he would be a thirsty man. You know what I mean? Like, he would be, the women, like, he
Only as Batman.
imagine if he had like a pee-pee Tom finish.
That'd be good.
He's just like hundreds.
So not a Playboy, but an actual like creepo.
Yeah. That would be hilarious. The butler comes in and Batman's just like all these photos of random women. Like, this is my research. I'm solving crimes. These are crimes. You can do a lot with just the basis.
And so you could tell it was Clark Kent, a reporter from the beginning.
That I don't know. I don't know anything about him.
I can't remember because it's a long time ago too. I mean, obviously Batman was too, but it's had a little more attention. The first iteration of him anyway. I can't remember though because you could always take Clark Kent into a Detective Conan level type thing.
Make him a detective?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, he's a reporter.
I would just make him dumb as bricks. Like he would just be like that, like the Chad. You know what I
I
mean?
thought he already was.
He's always been intelligent. I mean, his dad was a genius.
But he acts dumb as bricks.
I don't know. I think that's how they portray him the wrong way because he only solves things with his might. You know, like it's hard to write him like solving things intellectually.
And they've tried so hard
Like
sometimes.
there's nothing you can do with him.
It's like, yeah, I punched through the wall.
Yeah, so I grabbed I grabbed this plant and I threw it at him.
I sneezed away his solar system.
I hit him with my laser beam from half a galaxy away. He's like, "What the fuck?" So there's not much you can do with Superman.
You could do a little bit more, I think, with Wonder Woman, just for the plain fact that the Greek gods are already not copyrighted.
Plus, I wouldn't make her that superhuman either. I'd make her peak like Batman,
Yeah.
but like naturally like she's a demigod.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No invisible plane.
No invisible plane. No heels for some random reason. She got to wear some boots in combat. Probably give her a sword and a shield like she had in the Batman v Superman,
Mhm.
and she would be like more like a modern day version of Greek mythology, I guess.
Mhm.
Like she's like her half brother Hercules maybe is a villain. Yeah, just you can change it up. You can do whatever. You can do a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
Like would I? Not really. But I mean, you got 10 years.
Really, and like I said though, going back to what I originally said about it, do what you want to do, and that's really cool. But just pay attention to what you do. Pay attention to what DC's already done.
Yeah, they'll be watching you like a hawk.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They will.
So I get my sniper rifle. I see something. Oh yeah, by the way, the even though they tried to keep an extension because back in 1998 they got the Copyright Extension Act, so that's why it took longer. Now we would have probably already had them by 2014 or 20. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it used to not be 100 years. I think it used to be like 50.
So they tried and they succeeded once and they can't do it again.
So far.
Well, I mean, if they do, they do.
They might.
But
they're gonna find a way somehow.
maybe. I mean, if Disney couldn't, I doubt it.
Yeah, but Disney doesn't have power right now.
They got money. As long as
They have money, but they don't have power.
as long as you got money, you have all the power. In a class of capitalism, money always wins. By the way, so the reason it's so funny with Disney is like you meet the minute the copyright expired on freaking Steamboat Willie, this game called Infestation 88 came out, where you're trying to survive this building or trying to stop this vermin infestation led by their rat king Steamboat Willie. And they changed it from Infestation 88 to Infestation Origins. So if you want to fight Steamboat Willie, like the original Mickey Mouse, you can fight him in March, I think is the release date.
Oh, really?
I don't know. They must have been making it months in advance.
Yeah.
And then they just like, oh, like once the copyright went out, like here we go. Then they started. I bet you the day after the copyright went out, the trailer dropped.
No, once they missed it by a day. They put it out the day before, a day sooner than what they wanted for.
You know, GTA had to do that.
Oh, did they really?
Someone leaked because I was gonna wake up at 8 a.m. our time to watch the new trailer drop because it was a countdown on game trailers the YouTube channel.
Mhm.
And so I stayed on I just left the timeline on or the countdown, and I did the calculation. I was like, all right, so if I wake up at 7:30, I got a half hour, and then it'll drop. And then I go take a shower as I'm planning all this stuff out. I get out, and the trailer's already come out, and I'm like, what happened? And then no one explained to me what happened. Like I immediately watched the trailer, like 15 minutes after I got out of the shower.
Really?
And I was like, and then it turned out that someone had leaked it early somewhere.
So they had to go
They
ahead.
had to preemptively leak it themselves, and then
That sucks.
not really because that broke the internet.
Oh, yeah. Well, the highest number of. Well, until Cat Williams, but yeah.
And now that Joker guy is still trying to sue Rockstar. There's this character in the GTA trailer, and it's a guy in jail. He's got a face full of tattoos, and he's got purple hair, and he's looking up like at the judge's or camera or something. He's looking upward, but he's not looking straight ahead. He's kind of like looking up, at something, and allegedly this guy who they got the inspiration for the character is suing them because he thinks it's him. So he wants, I want $5 million now, Rockstar. How are we gonna make this happen? And I should warn, like, it's not gonna happen.
No,
They're not gonna give you a dime
no.
because he has a face full of tattoos.
There's a lot of people that do now.
Exactly. He even dyed his hair purple to make it seem more believable on his side. Like, you see, we got the same hair, the same tattoos, and because there was so many Easter eggs from real Florida stuff that happened, like that alligator that went into the supermarket.
Yeah.
That was in the trailer. The guy that was watering his watering his garden butt naked, that was in the trailer. Some woman twerking on the hood of a car just going top speed, that was in the trailer. And because I watched the comparison, a side by side YouTube video,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, there's a real inspiration for this stuff to happen. But I mean, you're not gonna beat Rockstar.
No, it's public domain.
Basically, yeah.
So
like he's still threatening, like, Monday. That's your death.
it'd be like the same thing of if somebody was in court, it was a public trial, like the Johnny Depp thing. If they were to put like parts of that into it, it's public record. Like,
There you go, yeah.
sorry.
And like even the guy that played Arthur Morgan, the Red Dead Redemption guy, he's like, good luck, buddy. Like, there's apparently the legal team on Rockstar is like some heavy hitters,
Yeah.
because even Lindsay Lohan couldn't beat him.
Well, that could have been any person in the early 2000s or late 90s, though.
Mm.
I mean, it looked like every woman.
No, because she GTA 4, I think. No, 5. The blonde chick that does the tongue.
Yeah, but every woman was doing that at that time.
But Lindsay Lohan thought it was her,
Well,
and she was wrong.
yeah, she was. Mostly according to those lawyers.
All right, now we move on to the next news report that I found. This was on IGN, written by Jess Schreeden. So there's a new comic book out that's really taken the little world, the comic book world, by storm. Ultimate Spider-Man 2024. It is a new interpretation of the Spider-Man character, and it is truly an absolute reimagining. Like, when you reimagine Spider-Man, people always make him a teenager. Like, oh, here he goes. Like, he's a kid. He's a kid going through crime, fighting crime, learning to be responsible. He loses Uncle Ben. All this stuff happens, right? This is completely different. Because of some storyline called Ultimate Invasion back in December, this world, there's going to be spoilers for this one, by the way, if you haven't seen the first issue. So this guy called the Maker, who's an evil Reed Richards from the original Ultimate Universe. Like, you remember the original back in, like, it was so fucking popular.
Yeah.
For some reason, they had Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver in an ancestral relationship. You remember that? That weird universe.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is that Reed Richards, the one that Sue broke up with, and he lost his mind apparently. Because if women can do anything, it's drive a man to evil schemes. Apparently,
It's true.
that's a good story. That's real life. Like, a woman breaks up with a guy, and the guy flips out. You take that notion, right, which is a relatable notion, and you take it up to 1,000, which is what they did here. So he decided to remake the whole universe because his wife broke up with him. So he ended up going to this world, Earth 6160. And what he did was he made it to where nobody in that universe that was a superhero or meant to be a superhero became a superhero. There's no superheroes in this universe. And after so Spider-Man in this universe is a middle-aged man, married to Mary Jane.
Oh, so you married her still?
Yeah. And he has 2 kids, Richard and May. And he's not Spider-Man at all. He's got a receding hairline. He's just an old man. Well, middle age isn't old, but middle age. He's not a teenager, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And Uncle Ben is still alive. And not only is he still alive, he's the head editor of the Daily Bugle with his partner, J. Jonah Jameson. Yeah, I know.
That is different.
And not only is he alive, Aunt May's dead. She died recently before this comic book because there was one hero, Iron Man, and he was trying to stop the Maker. And they had a fight in Manhattan, and it caused this massive explosion that the media said was a terrorist attack perpetrated by Iron Man. And so Aunt May died. Norman Osborn died too. And at the eulogy, guess who led the eulogy? Catholic priest Matt Murdock, not Daredevil.
Matt Murdock.
Matt Murdock, a Catholic priest. He's a bit of a whore, by the way. So I don't know how he holds up his libido. He must jack it. He must jack it on the constant.
They did take that though, because he used to always be in the church.
Very Catholic. So
Very Catholic.
they made him a Catholic priest. Hopefully they didn't make him a pedophile.
Well, nobody, like, I never really thought about what his path would have been had he not been, Daredevil, because he got his powers when he was a kid.
No, he had
Teenager-ish.
Well, yeah,
early teenager.
He got him too, didn't he?
Yeah, he got him pretty early.
But his wasn't like
his was from a chemical.
Yeah, just splash him in the face.
Yeah.
A good old money shot, apparently. So after Iron Man got blamed for this, he decided to go into the future where he was be safer, and he left a package and he left this whole this monologue saying that this is not who you were supposed to be. Like, he leaves a package for Peter Parker, and that's the little recording along with the spider that it was supposed to originally bite him. So he's starting in issue 2 as Spider-Man. That hasn't come out yet. It comes out like the 24th of February.
Mm-hmm.
I think on February 14th. No, I guess 14th. 7 days would be 21. So the 21st of February, maybe, issue 2.
Mm-hmm.
I know that issue 1 is getting a second printing on February 14th, the week before the new one comes out.
Right.
Which I would like to go buy if we had any comic book stores anywhere in my fucking vicinity. You know what I mean? Like, I can't find them anywhere.
They don't exist anymore, really.
So I want to get a copy 1 and 2, and I want to do a review on them. On at the end of my this cozy nights would be like my main segment. But so yeah, that's truly a different undertaking to Spider-Man. Like, it's not like, oh, he's his Uncle Ben's still alive. And that's it. No, like, he's a middle-aged man. He's probably like out of shape as fuck.
Yeah.
Even with the spider, he'd be like, oh damn.
It gets back down to just normal slim.
He used to be super scrawny, but he was so powerful,
Yeah.
So plus he has a different mental, like, he's got responsibilities. He's got kids, a wife, a mortgage.
What's he gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, now he's gonna risk his life. But he said, like, I knew for the longest time that I was not doing what I was supposed to be doing, and that I was, you know what I mean? Like, he just felt that in his head, and like Tony Stark, just showed him that it was true. Like, you were supposed to be Spider-Man. You're supposed to be one of the greatest superheroes of all time. And now he's going to take that responsibility. He chooses to be Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Is the difference. It wasn't thrust upon him. His uncle's alive. None of that stuff that happened to his uncle because of him not doing what, great power, responsibility, that was gone. So now he's choosing to be a better man by, risking his life. But how does he balance that with being, a family man?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want to find out your dad died fighting Scorpion. You're like, oh, shit.
Yeah, he got smothered by Sandman.
Yeah, like, Sandman went up his asshole, and he just fucking blew up his fucking intestines. So, it's crazy. So that's it for the news. And, kind of running out of time now. So anyway, we will move on. I will do the history ones. The history, I had this book called a Comic Curious and Quirky by Rona Levin, which is news stories from way back in the past. Like, we're talking like 1800s, 1853, 1860, stuff like that. I was going to do 2 at a time. All right, guys. Anyways, we'll do the news ones for next week. So next, let's move on to one of my favorite segments. I like food, like everyone else does. And so I decided to make a little cozy kitchen segment where we talk about, like, food facts, food history, and then I'll end up with a little recipe for you guys that you might enjoy. This one might be a bit of a trigger warning for people because this is food prices from 1957, and with inflation now,
just don't have a heart attack.
Yeah, like, you're gonna be like, oh man, what are we missing? So I got this from a book called The Book of Amazing History by Publications International. So milk back in so this is all prices from 1957. Milk was $1 per gallon.
Like $5 now.
Yeah.
Damn.
A TV dinner was 75 cents.
Okay, so that's not crazy. That's not crazy because they're like $1.50 now. So
they're that cheap?
Yeah.
I must be getting the wrong TV dinners.
Yeah, if you get, what is that, banquet brand?
Like $8.
The Michelle's brand. They're like they super cheap.
Tang, 50 cents a jar.
Oh damn, really?
Yeah.
Things like five, almost five now.
You ready for this one? Ground beef, 30 cents a pound. Yeah, I know.
That's like $6 a pound.
Butter is 75 cents a pound. Who buys a pound of butter?
Just to be able to.
Jesus. Pure Vermont maple syrup, 33 cents for 12 ounces.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like $9 now.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Like, oh man. Campbell's tomato soup, 10 cents for a can.
That shit's like $5. No. $3?
Still a lot.
Yeah.
Gum, a 6-pack of gum was 19 cents.
It's like $3 now.
Broccoli, 23 cents per bunch.
Damn, for that much?
Yeah. Eggs, this one's going to hurt. A dozen, 55 cents. You remember the little uptake that we had earlier last year? Yeah.
It's come back down a little bit.
Thank God. Iceberg lettuce, 19 cents a head.
It's $1.50 now. Yeah.
Nabisco saltines, 25 cents for 16-ounce package.
I'm trying to think of how many of that.
Like it's a lot. Like it's a huge comparison now.
Yeah.
A pot roast. This one's gonna hurt. A pot roast, 69 cents a pound. Pot roast is expensive now.
A pot roast now is like $4 to $5 per pound.
Damn. And a good old canned corn, 14 cents for a 27-ounce can.
Oh my God, that's a much bigger can.
Yeah, that's a lot of corn. So I hope that didn't upset you guys, but yeah, we are living in the dark times.
Good Lord.
I think it's expensive as hell.
It really is.
All right, so now we move on to a recipe. As you might not know, I subscribe to Women's World. I know, because there's these little solve it yourself mysteries in every book.
That's the excuse.
That's the excuse I use. And at first, that's all I did was read the mysteries and throw them away. But now I really got into cooking, so I started reading the recipes as well. By the way, Martha Stewart's in the back of this, and she is just banging. Like, if I had a shot at Martha Stewart, man. I guess I like older women. So I have a recipe here for you guys from the August 14, 2023 issue of Women's World. Turkey and veggie packets. So you will need, so here's the recipe, guys. You might have to listen to it a few times because I talk fast and I talk very bad.
I
talk bad. 1 tablespoon of olive oil, 1 small onion chopped, 2 cloves garlic minced, 1 pound ground turkey, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 1 tablespoon of chili pepper, 1/4 tablespoon of salt, 1 red pepper diced, 1 zucchini grated and squeezed dry. I never squeezed dried zucchini.
I haven't either.
1/3 cup chopped fresh cilantro plus additional leaves.
So add some soap.
1 tablespoon of lime juice, and 1 teaspoon of grated lime zest. So you gotta zest the lime and then you cut it. 6 burrito-sized flour tortillas, 1 cup shredded sharp cheddar cheese, lime wedges, and sour cream is optional. Here's the recipe. Or here's the instructions anyway. In large skillet, heat oil over medium heat, add onion, cook, stirring occasionally until softened, 7-8 minutes. Add garlic, cook 30 seconds. Add ground turkey, cumin, chili powder, and salt, cook, stirring occasionally and breaking up meat until turkey is no longer pink, 8 to 10 minutes. Add red pepper, cook, stirring until softened, add about 5 minutes. Add zucchini, cook, stirring 2 minutes. Remove from heat, stir in 1/3 cup cilantro, lime juice, and lime zest. So then you spoon turkey mixture over 1/3 of each tortilla, leaving 2 inches border around side, top with cheese. Fold side over filling, roll up to enclose. Place seam down on the surface and flatten. Coat skillet with cooking spray, heat over medium low fire heat. In batches, cook packets flipping once until golden and heated through, 2 to 3 minutes per side. There you go. Delicious. Have yourself a healthy meal. You are looking at a serving of 6 for active time of 30 minutes, total time 30 minutes. Calories 273, protein 27 grams, fat 13 grams, 3 grams saturated. Cholesterol 81 milligrams, carbs 16 grams, sodium 309 milligrams. fiber 3 grams, and sugar 3 grams. Very healthy. All right, so what are we going? So that was it today for Cozy Nights. I'm trying to leave these episodes at 30 minutes for you guys. So I'm still trying to figure out how much too much content today because the Spider-Man and the DC took up everything. But that's how it goes.
Partially my fault, partially no.
No, sometimes when we have a good talk, we keep talking. So hope you guys enjoyed. We're gonna take a bye week this week, but we will be back in 2 weeks with more Cozy Nights. So please stick around. Or no, please tune in next time. Sorry. I'm still getting used to this, but I'll get better with practice.
Yeah.
So have a good night.